What is up, guys? Welcome to the channel. I am just a new gamer, and today we are jumping into some absolute chaos in Roblox. Make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the new videos. So grab your snacks, sit back, and let's dive right into the video. Let's go. I have always heard that Roblox is not described as a good game. Let me tell you something. What makes a game an absolute masterpiece? For decades, the industry has force-fed us the idea that it requires hyper-realistic graphics, a $60 price tag, and a predetermined story built by a massive studio. For years, people have looked at the blocky avatars and memes of Roblox and laughed, dismissing it as just a kid's game, but let me tell you right now with absolute certainty. If you are ignoring Roblox, you are blinding yourself to the single greatest evolution in the history of interactive entertainment. It is not just a game. It is a blank, infinite universe where the only true limit is human imagination. Unlike a AAA title where you play one map and wait 5 years for a sequel, Roblox hands the power directly back to the players, offering a masterclass in infinite replayability. Whether you want to manage a massive theme park, survive a terrifying zombie apocalypse with your best friends, or just buy a digital mansion and drive ridiculously fast sports cars, it is all right there waiting for you. And do not ever mistake the cartoonish aesthetic for a lack of mechanical skill. The competitive scene is unapologetically ruthless. Whether you are trying to survive in a high-stakes match of Bed Wars, mastering the chaotic verticality of Arsenal, or chasing that massive dopamine hit after weeks of grinding for a 1 in a million drop in Blox Fruits, the effort required is intense. It teaches you patience and resilience. When your base gets destroyed or you lose a duel, you adapt, respawn, and come back 10 times stronger. Yet, beyond the complex lines of code and the endless grind, the true heartbeat of this platform is the community. In a world where online gaming can feel isolating, Roblox stands out as the ultimate digital hangout spot where countless people have met genuine friends halfway across the world, bonding over hilarious physics bugs and late-night sessions trying to beat just one more level of an impossible obby. It acts as the ultimate equalizer, bringing people together regardless of whether they are on a custom-built 4K PC or a cracked smartphone. But the rabbit hole goes so much deeper than just playing. It is about the sheer, untamed power of creation. When you step into Roblox Studio, you are not just a player anymore, you are an architect of realities. You have access to a sophisticated physics engine, dynamic lighting, and the Lua programming language, empowering anyone anywhere to code their dreams into existence. We are talking about teenagers who started out messing around with free models and are now running massive development studios, paying for their college tuition, and changing their families' lives through the developer exchange program. This is a platform where the economy is driven entirely by the players, where virtual fashion, trading, and limited items create a bustling, real-world market ecosystem that traditional games could only dream of. Think about the historical evolution. We went from the simple, nostalgic chaos of Crossroads and classic sword fights to massive, photorealistic role-playing servers, immersive virtual concerts with global pop stars, and hyper-detailed driving simulators where every exhaust note and tire screech is perfectly tuned. The platform is constantly evolving, pushing the boundaries of spatial audio and dynamic facial animations, blurring the lines between a simple video game and a sprawling digital metaverse. It challenges the very concept of what it means to connect, learn, and grow in a virtual space. Every single day, millions of concurrent users log in to explore this chaotic, beautiful web of human ingenuity, navigating through horror games that genuinely make your heart pound, intricate mysteries that require entire Discord servers to solve, and massive battlegrounds where thousands of players clash in strategic warfare. You are not just consuming content, you are participating in a global cultural phenomenon. So I ask you one final time, what truly makes a game a masterpiece? It is the experience, the absolute freedom to be whoever you want, and the community that stands beside you. If you have been letting internet memes or the fear of judgment keep you away, it is time to drop the excuses. Create your avatar, find your genre, and start your grind because the servers are online, millions of unexplored worlds are waiting, and the only thing missing right now is you. When you finally take that leap and dive into this boundless digital ocean, you quickly realize that Roblox is not just surviving the modern gaming era. It is actively rewriting the rulebook of what interactive media can be. Think about the sheer scale of the genres at your fingertips. One moment you are immersed in an intense, anime-inspired battleground, chaining together complex combos and unleashing ultimate moves that rival the most high-budget fighting games on the market. And the next, you are working as a team in a high-stakes social deduction game where every word spoken in voice chat could be a lie. It is a place where you can experience the terrifying thrill of navigating a pitch-black labyrinth armed with nothing but a flickering flashlight, only to switch gears completely and spend hours meticulously decorating a virtual cafe, serving digital coffee to strangers who quickly become regular patrons. The evolution of the platform is staggering. We are no longer just looking at static blocks. We are witnessing the implementation of real-time physics, dynamic facial tracking, and immersive spatial voice chat that makes you feel like you're standing right next to your friends, even if they're thousands of miles away. It is the feeling of logging in after a grueling, exhausting day of school or work, seeing your friends' avatars pop up on the active list, and knowing that for the next few hours, the stress of the real world simply does not matter. You load into a chaotic server, and instantly the nostalgia of those old, classic tycoons blends perfectly with the hyper-modern, graphically stunning masterpieces of 2026. This platform is a living museum of gaming history and a telescope into the future of the metaverse, all rolled into one entirely free application. It is the thrill of discovery, the rush of clicking on a game with 0 players, only to find a hidden atmospheric masterpiece that someone poured their heart and soul into coding. It is the undeniable realization that the barrier to entry for game development has been shattered forever. You do not need a multi-million-dollar budget or a degree in computer science to make an impact here. You just need passion, an idea, and the willingness to learn. Every single server you join is a testament to human creativity, a digital monument built by someone who wanted to share a piece of their imagination with the world. And as the platform continues to push the boundaries of what is technically possible, bringing in global brands, hosting massive live events, and fostering an economy where young developers are literally becoming self-made entrepreneurs, the stigma surrounding the platform is crumbling to dust. The critics who still dismiss it as a mere children's game are the ones who are being left behind in the dust of a digital revolution. You are not just playing a game when you boot up Roblox. You're stepping into a dynamic, ever-changing ecosystem that empowers you to be a warrior, an architect, a racer, a survivor, or a creator. So as the music swells and the loading screen fades, remember that the only limit in this universe is the one you place on yourself. The community is waiting, the servers are open, and the next great adventure is just one click away. Step into the metaverse, claim your place, and let your legacy begin. Every single time you load into a new experience, you're actively participating in the largest collaborative art project in human history. Think about the sheer magnitude of that for a second. You are not just a consumer, you are a vital piece of a global network that breathes life into these digital landscapes. Consider the intricate, pulse-pounding intensity of games like **Frontlines***, where the gunplay, the dynamic lighting, and the sound design are so meticulously crafted that they shatter every preconceived notion of what a block game can look like, rivaling titles that cost massive studios millions to develop. Or dive into the sprawling, oceanic mysteries of **Arcane Odyssey**, where you sail across treacherous seas, master elemental magic, and carve out your own legendary destiny in a world that feels incredibly alive, punishing, and deeply rewarding. It is the raw, unadulterated thrill of queuing up for a competitive match, the countdown ticking down from 3, and knowing that your raw mechanical skill, your reaction time, and your teamwork are the only things standing between a glorious victory and a crushing defeat. The platform is a constantly shifting kaleidoscope of human emotion and ingenuity. It is the place where you can spend hours perfecting the aerodynamic tuning and gear ratios of a drift car in **Midnight Racing, Tokyo **, feeling the virtual asphalt grip your tires as you slide around a hairpin turn on a neon-lit Japanese mountain pass. It is the quiet, methodical satisfaction of planting seeds and harvesting crops in a sprawling farming simulator, watching your small plot of land slowly grow into a massive agricultural empire through sheer dedication. And let us not forget the genuine, heart-stopping terror of navigating the labyrinthine, liminal halls of games like **Caperophobia or the mimic ***, where the eerie silence presses in on you, every shadow hides a new nightmare, and you are forced to rely entirely on your friend's panicked communication in voice chat just to survive the night. This is where leaders are forged, where friendships are tested under pressure, and where the boundaries of virtual reality are constantly being pushed forward by kids, teenagers, and young adults who have more creative vision than entire corporate boardrooms. The outdated stigma is rapidly fading because the undeniable truth is right in front of us. This platform is the definitive launchpad for the next generation of coders, 3D modelers, animators, and storytellers. When you customize your avatar, you are projecting your truest self into the metaverse, completely free from the constraints and judgments of the physical world. You can be a futuristic cyborg, a medieval knight, a chaotic internet meme, or just yourself, and the community will embrace you all the same. The beauty of this universe is that it does not demand perfection, it demands participation. It asks you to bring your curiosity, your passion, and your willingness to explore the absolute unknown. So do not let this era pass you by while you sit on the sidelines holding onto outdated opinions and old jokes. Dive headfirst into the chaos, embrace the endless grind, support the independent creators who pour their souls into these experiences, and claim your permanent place in the most vibrant, unstoppable gaming community on the planet. The future of entertainment is not being written in a closed-door corporate office. It is being coded right now, block by block, script by script, by millions of players just like you. Welcome to the revolution. As you continue your journey through this ever-expanding digital cosmos, you begin to understand that Roblox is not merely a platform. It is a global cultural nexus that is redefining the very fabric of human connection and digital expression. Imagine the profound realization that the avatar you control is not just a collection of virtual accessories, but a deeply personalized digital identity that carries your legacy across thousands of different worlds. You can seamlessly transition from the adrenaline-pumping chaos of a massive 50-player battle royale, where every single decision and twitch reflex dictates your survival, to a tranquil, serene social hub where the only objective is to sit by a virtual campfire, listen to lo-fi beats, and talk about your day with friends who are sitting in their rooms thousands of miles away. This platform has completely obliterated the traditional boundaries of gaming hardware, creating a unified ecosystem where a player on a next-generation virtual reality headset can high-five a player on a budget smartphone, both sharing the exact same visceral experience in real time. It is the democratization of gaming, ensuring that nobody is left behind due to the cost of entry. And because of this, the community is an incredibly rich tapestry of different cultures, languages, and perspectives. You are witnessing the birth of digital economies that rival the GDP of small nations, where teenagers are learning the fundamentals of supply and demand, market manipulation, and investment by trading limited edition items and managing the in-game currencies of their own wildly successful creations. The developers on this platform are not faceless corporate entities. They are your peers. They are the players standing right next to you in the lobby, actively listening to your feedback in Discord servers and pushing out live updates in a matter of hours rather than months. Think about the sheer scale of the live events, where millions of players simultaneously log in to witness reality-bending concerts, epic cinematic story conclusions, and platform-wide hunts that require the collective brainpower of the entire community to decode cryptic ciphers and unlock hidden badges. This is a level of interactive storytelling that traditional media simply cannot replicate because you are not just watching the story unfold. You are the main character, and your actions directly influence the outcome. Even the older, nostalgic experiences, the classic, unpolished obstacle courses, the broken physics sandboxes, and the chaotic survival games from a decade ago, still hold a sacred place here, acting as digital time capsules that remind us of how far we have come while keeping the original, chaotic spirit of the platform alive. When you log in, you are stepping onto a canvas that has been painted by millions of hands over 2 decades. A chaotic, beautiful, and endlessly fascinating universe that challenges you to be more than just a passive consumer. It dares you to learn, to adapt, to build, and to leave your own permanent mark on the metaverse. So whenever someone tries to tell you that it is just a simple game for kids, you can smile knowing that they have absolutely no idea about the revolution happening right under their noses. You know the truth. You know the thrill of the grind, the warmth of the community, and the limitless potential of the studio. Do not wait for the perfect moment to jump back in, because the perfect moment is right now. Equip your favorite gear, rally your friends, and dive back into the infinite possibilities, because the story of Roblox is still being written, and it desperately needs your chapter. The profound ripple effect of this platform extends far beyond the boundaries of simple entertainment, embedding itself into the very way our generation learns to think critically, solve problems, and communicate on a global scale. When you spend hours figuring out how to optimize your resource distribution in a massive tycoon, or when you coordinate with a team to manage roles during a high-stress heist simulation, you are developing real-world project management and strategic thinking skills without even realizing it. The sheer architectural variety of the platform means that at any given second, you could be learning the fundamentals of structural design by building a high-rise city block by block, or developing a deep appreciation for music theory and lighting design by orchestrating a virtual light show for thousands of live spectators. It is a living laboratory for the future of digital art, where traditional concepts of canvas and paint are completely replaced by voxel manipulation, custom texturing, and dynamic scripting engines that breathe real-time physics into inanimate objects. The sense of achievement you feel here is entirely earned. When you finally master a difficult, precision-based obstacle course that required hundreds of attempts and near-flawless muscle memory, that triumph belongs to you and you alone. Roblox is the absolute antithesis of the modern, copy-paste corporate gaming landscape because it thrives entirely on raw uniqueness, allowing weird, experimental, and incredibly niche concepts to find a massive, passionate audience that would be completely ignored by traditional publishers. You are part of an era where the boundary between playing a game and creating a game has been entirely erased, turning every single player into a potential pioneer, can shift the entire culture of the platform with a single viral update. This continuous ground-up reinvention is why the platform never grows stagnant, why it defies every single trend that tries to contain it, and why it remains the definitive cultural cornerstone for young creators worldwide. Every time you log on, customize your gear, and step out into an unfamiliar server, you're keeping that revolutionary spirit alive, proving that the true power of gaming will always belong to the community that plays it. This relentless drive toward innovation is why the platform has permanently disrupted the traditional entertainment hierarchy, creating a space where the next generation of digital pioneers is being forged in real time. It is a world where an independent developer sitting in their bedroom can design a mechanic so uniquely engaging that it captures the attention of millions of players overnight, completely bypassing the corporate gatekeepers who have controlled the industry for decades. When you participate in this ecosystem, you are witness to a massive, collective evolution of storytelling, where narrative is not just handed down to you through unskippable cutscenes, but actively discovered through environmental clues, community ARG puzzles, and emergent gameplay moments that happen purely by accident. The technical sophistication hidden beneath the blocky exterior continues to leap forward, introducing advanced material rendering, complex atmospheric effects, and deep machine learning tools that give creators unprecedented control over their digital worlds. This means the gap between imagination and reality is shrinking every single day, turning the platform into a premier sandbox for architectural visualization, fashion design, digital filmmaking, and complex systems engineering. The skills cultivated here, whether it is debugging a stubborn line of code, managing the complex social dynamics of a massive clan, or designing a user interface that is intuitive for millions of global users, are the exact competencies that will shape the future of the digital economy. By simply logging in, sharing experiences, and pushing the boundaries of what your avatar can do, you are fueling a decentralized creative revolution that values passion over massive budgets and authenticity over corporate polish. You are part of a living, breathing testament to what happens when the tools of creation are truly democratized, proving that the most powerful force in gaming will always be the collective imagination of its community. To truly comprehend the sheer velocity at which this digital universe is expanding, you have to look beyond the numbers and look into the absolute transformation of human culture that is happening within its boundaries. We are living through an unprecedented era where the traditional boundaries of geographic location, social status, graphic fidelity, and economic entry barriers have been completely flattened into a singular, interconnected plane of existence. When you boot up the application, you are not merely launching a piece of software. You are stepping into a massive, decentralized global convention where hundreds of millions of minds are simultaneously dreaming, constructing, trading, and evolving together in real time. Consider the profound shift in how we perceive ownership and digital identity within this space. In the old days of gaming, your character was a fixed set of pixels locked inside a single cartridge or disc, completely static and unable to leave the world the developers built for it. In this universe, your avatar is a living, breathing extension of your own psyche that travels with you across an infinite network of completely disparate realities. You can wear a digital jacket designed by a teenage fashion creator in London, equip a sword coded by a developer in Tokyo, and walk through a photorealistic forest rendered by a builder in Sao Paulo. And all of these elements mesh perfectly because the platform acts as the ultimate universal translator for human creativity. It is a space where you can entirely reinvent yourself every single day, free from the harsh judgments, the rigid labels, and the physical constraints of the real world, allowing you to discover who you truly are by exploring the infinite variations of who you can be. This level of absolute freedom naturally fosters an unparalleled degree of competitive intensity and mechanical mastery that rivals any professional esport on the planet. When outsiders look at the blocky aesthetic, they often make the critical mistake of assuming the gameplay is simplistic. completely missing the deep, intricate layers of physics, prediction, and execution that define high-level play. If you watch a master player navigating a high-stakes match in a tactical shooter on the platform, you are witnessing an astonishing display of rapid-fire decision-making, pixel-perfect crosshair placement, and an intimate understanding of momentum conservation that takes thousands of hours of dedicated practice to perfect. The movement mechanics in these games are often so deep and emergent that players invent entirely new playstyles, like advanced wall jumping, crouch sliding, and physics-defying momentum boosts that the original creators never even anticipated. It is a pure, unadulterated meritocracy where your expensive setup or corporate backing means absolutely nothing. The only thing that matters when the match begins is your raw reflex speed, your tactical foresight, and your ability to remain perfectly calm under the immense pressure of a collapsing round. Yet for every moment of high-octane competitive adrenaline, there is an equal and opposite space dedicated to profound, immersive storytelling and atmospheric exploration that completely redefines the horror and adventure genres. The independent developers on the platform have mastered the art of psychological tension, utilizing advanced spatial audio engines, dynamic shadow casting, and clever environmental design to create experiences that trigger genuine, heart-pounding terror. When you are walking down a seemingly endless, dimly lit corridor in a user-generated survival game, hearing the faint, echoey metallic scraping of an unseen entity tracking your every move, the blocky nature of the world completely melts away into the background. Your brain stops seeing voxels and starts processing pure, raw survival instinct, forcing you to rely entirely on the frantic, whispered coordinates of your team in voice chat as you desperately try to solve complex environmental puzzles before the lights go out completely. This is narrative design at its most raw and impactful, completely unburdened by the bloated budgets and safe, predictable formulas of mainstream Hollywood-style video games, allowing creators to take massive, experimental risks that result in unforgettable masterpieces of interactive suspense. Behind every single one of these experiences lies the incredible, empowering reality of the creator economy, which has effectively democratized the tools of digital production for an entire generation. In the traditional tech pipeline, if you want to make a game, you need to learn incredibly dense, proprietary engines, secure millions of dollars in venture capital, and spend years navigating corporate politics just to get your idea greenlit. On this platform, the barrier to entry has been thoroughly shattered, putting a professional-grade physics engine, an intuitive scripting language, and a global distribution network directly into the hands of anyone with a laptop and a dream. You are looking at a community where teenagers who started out simply messing around with basic terrain tools are now running full-scale development studios, managing international teams of artists and animators, and generating life-changing revenue through the Developer Exchange program. They are learning the incredibly complex fundamentals of database architecture, network optimization, user interface design, and community management before they are even old enough to drive a car, transforming the platform into the most effective hands-on digital academy the world has ever seen. This decentralized economic model creates a hyper-accelerated evolution of gameplay trends that keeps the ecosystem constantly fresh, vibrant, and utterly unpredictable. Traditional gaming companies operate like massive oil tankers, taking years to change direction or respond to what players actually want, often releasing updates that feel outdated the moment they drop. The developers on this platform operate like agile fighter jets. If a new mechanic, a funny meme, or a unique game loop captures the internet's imagination on a Tuesday, you can guarantee that by Thursday afternoon, there will be dozens of highly polished, incredibly fun variations of that concept live on the front page. This creates a beautifully chaotic feedback loop between the players and the creators, where every piece of criticism, every viral clip, and every community suggestion is actively listened to, analyzed, and implemented in real time. You are not a passive observer waiting for a distant corporation to hand you a patch notes document every 6 months. You are an active participant in a living, breathing project that mutates and grows stronger every single day based on your direct involvement. As the platform continues its relentless march into the future, incorporating cutting-edge advancements like real-time cloud rendering, sophisticated machine learning translations that allow players of different languages to chat seamlessly, and deeply immersive spatial computing integrations, the old prejudices and patronizing critiques are completely disintegrating. The mainstream world is finally waking up to the reality that this is not a passing fad, a simple digital toy, or a chaotic playground for children. It is the foundational architecture of the next major era of human communication. It is a sprawling, multi-dimensional cultural phenomenon that champions the weird, celebrates the independent, rewards the relentless grinder, and provides a sanctuary of infinite possibility for anyone who dares to click play. So, as the digital horizon expands and the loading bars flash across screens in every corner of the globe, remember that you are part of something monumentally historic. You are the vanguard of a creative revolution that is proving, once and for all, that the true soul of gaming does not belong to the boardrooms, the publishers, or the critics. It belongs completely, unapologetically, and eternally to the players who bring these blocky worlds to life. When you look at the grand trajectory of interactive entertainment, it becomes undeniably clear that Roblox is not just a game, but rather the foundational operating system for the future of human connection, completely overriding the outdated metrics by which we used to judge digital masterpieces. For decades, the industry gatekeepers convinced us that a true gaming masterpiece had to be a linear, highly scripted cinematic experience rendered in photorealistic 4K, heavily monetized by massive corporations who dictate exactly how, when, and where you are allowed to play. But when you log into this platform, you are actively participating in a glorious rebellion against that entire restrictive philosophy, stepping into an infinitely expanding multiverse where the power dynamic has been completely inverted and handed directly to the players. The sheer scale of what is being built here every single day defies human comprehension. You're looking at a living, breathing digital tapestry woven by millions of independent creators, who pour their absolute souls into crafting experiences that range from deeply intricate lore-heavy role-playing servers to hyper-competitive, physics-defying tactical shooters that require the kind of raw mechanical execution and split-second reaction times that rival top-tier professional esports. To dismiss this platform because of a blocky aesthetic or internet memes is to willfully blind yourself to the greatest democratization of game development in recorded history, a space where a teenager with a basic laptop and an internet connection can utilize a professional-grade physics engine, dynamic spatial audio, and the Lua programming language to build a world that captures the imagination of millions overnight. And it is not just about the technical marvel of the creation tools. It is about the profound, unadulterated human experiences that these tools facilitate. Think about the heart-pounding, primal terror of navigating a pitch-black, user-generated labyrinth with your closest friends, your hands sweating on the keyboard as you rely entirely on frantic voice chat to survive a terrifying entity that was coded by someone halfway across the world just last week. Contrast that with the zen-like satisfaction of spending hundreds of hours meticulously cultivating a massive digital farm, optimizing your supply chains, and building a virtual empire from the ground up, entirely driven by the deep, rewarding dopamine hit of the grind. This platform acts as the ultimate universal equalizer, completely destroying the financial barriers that usually lock passionate gamers out of the hobby, allowing a player on a massive, liquid-cooled supercomputer to share the exact same chaotic, lag-free lobby with a kid playing on a cracked smartphone on a shaky Wi-Fi connection. It does not matter what you look like in the real world, how much money is in your bank account, or what language you speak, because the moment you customize your avatar and drop into a server, you are instantly integrated into a global brotherhood of gamers who judge you entirely by your skill, your creativity, and your willingness to collaborate. We are witnessing the birth of a decentralized digital economy that rivals the GDP of actual nations, where virtual fashion designers dictate global aesthetic trends, where savvy traders manipulate the complex supply and demand of limited items to build vast fortunes of Robux, and where young, self-taught developers are literally paying for their college tuitions and changing their families' lives through the developer exchange program. This is not a fleeting trend. This is a monumental cultural shift that is rendering the traditional corporate gaming model completely obsolete, proving that when you remove the barriers to entry and let human imagination run completely wild, the result is a beautiful, chaotic, and endlessly fascinating metaverse. So do not let the fear of judgment or the outdated stigmas keep you sitting on the sidelines while history is being written block by block. Equip your gear, rally your squad, embrace the endless possibilities, and claim your permanent place in the greatest gaming community the world has ever seen, because the servers are online, the canvas is blank, and the only limit to what you can achieve is the boundary of your own mind. As we push further into this digital renaissance, the lines between our physical reality and the metaverse are not just blurring. They are being completely rewritten by the players themselves, ushering in an era where virtual experiences hold the exact same emotional, psychological, and social weight as physical ones. When you attend a massive virtual concert on Roblox, surrounded by the glowing avatars of millions of other players pulsing to the exact same beat, the adrenaline in your veins is not artificial, and the awe you feel as the digital sky shatters around the music is entirely real. This platform is rapidly becoming the new town square for human civilization, a place where you do not just consume media, but actively live inside it by stepping through the screen and inhabiting a shared, three-dimensional universe that will persist long after you log off. When you fully grasp the gravity of this shift, you realize that the young developers, modelers, and scripters on this platform are not just hobbyists. They are the true architects of tomorrow's digital infrastructure. Skills cultivated in Roblox Studio: spatial design, economy balancing, user interface psychology, and complex network optimization are the exact competencies that will define the next century of human progress, empowering creators to build virtual storefronts that generate more daily traffic than massive real-world retail chains and entire virtual cities, complete with working transit systems and dynamic economies. Yet beneath the staggering technical achievements, the most profound element of this universe remains the unbreakable bonds forged between the players. Think about the sheer trust required to conquer a massively difficult raid boss in a game like Deepwoken or Vestiria, where you put your virtual life and hard-earned loot entirely in the hands of strangers you met just 20 minutes ago, learning to communicate under extreme pressure, and sharing the pure, unfiltered euphoria when the boss finally falls. Those strangers become your squad, and the memories you forge in these blocky, chaotic worlds, the late-night building sessions, the hilarious physics glitches, the intense clan wars, are permanently etched into your life story. So as we look at the monumental, sprawling universe this community has built over the last 2 decades, the patronizing jokes and outdated stigmas fade into irrelevance. You know the truth? A true gaming masterpiece is not defined by its budget, photorealistic textures, or a corporate publisher, but by the freedom it gives you to be whoever you want to be, the tools it gives you to build the impossible, and the community that stands shoulder to shoulder with you on the front lines of the metaverse. This is not just a game, but a revolution and a canvas of infinite possibilities waiting for your unique spark. So do not let another day go by watching from the outside, or let the fear of judgment stop you from exploring the greatest digital frontier of our generation. The servers are online, the community is waiting, the tools are in your hands, and the only thing missing from this ever-expanding universe is you. So boot up the game, claim your legacy, and let's show the world what we can build together. Okay guys, now you can enjoy my potato gaming. Okay guys, let's end this video here. Hope you liked it, and hope you come back to watch my next videos.
Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Check out these awesome anime videos. Subscribe and see you next time.